Did you find?
How are you? Yeah, good. Yeah. Well, you decided this morning. Yes. Okay.
So, did you find your glasses?
I did, thank you.
Okay. Okay. Okay, welcome back to the show. This is Joycelyn Linton coming into the higher calling, and this is the second part of the reading. And today is Mothering Sunday, the 11th of March 2018. I'm at St. Edmund's Church, and the service has finished, and something peculiar happened. I have a high intuition in me, and I tend to be. Some people may say, gone out with the fairies, but I've noticed these past couple of days or few days that I wear spectacles, and they keep falling off my face, and I'm like, how is that happening? And even this morning, when I was trying to do the first part of the reading, I found the spectacles were falling off, and throughout the service, the spectacles was falling off my face. And I was like, should I keep this on or should I take it off? I generally have to take it off for close reading because my eyesight is good on the reading up close, but it's just the long distance that I wear the glasses for. So now, at the end of the service, there's a whole scurry going around the church. And our vicar, who gave a very nice, put together a nice service and a nice message throughout the service, he couldn't find his glasses, and it was like, well, how is it that he could have lost it? Because his journey throughout the church and the service was tracked. So it took a little while, and I was saying to him, you know what? I've noted that the glasses on my face keeps falling off. So I think there's a message here, and I think that there's a spiritual calling on you. But he was very busy and slightly agitated in wanting to find his glasses. So I like to talk to my angels, and I spoke to my angels and I said, help him to find the glasses. So I've just seen him go past, and I asked him, have you found your glasses? And he said yes. So there you go. See, folks, so we have the heavenlies who are alive and vibrant, and they're at our call. And they want to speak to us, you see. And I ended the first part of the reading of Exodus chapter 2, verse 1 to 10. I ended by saying that the Lord is calling us to come back home. He's calling us to come back into our divine being, because truly that's who we are. We are divine beings, but we are in the flesh, and we bear witness in the flesh. And I've said in previous reading that the Lord has condoned the flesh. And we can see example of that in Genesis 6. And I'll just do a quick reading. And throughout the scriptures, the Lord talks about the flesh. And but just to read Genesis 6, verse... Genesis 6, verse... it's okay, I've got a small Bible. In verse 5, and God saw the wickedness of man that was great on the earth, and of every imagination of the thoughts of his heart, and only evil continually. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and grieved him at his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, and from the beast and the creeping things, and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth man that I have made them. But here, there's a bit here which talks about the flesh. You see, the Lord has these, verse 3, and the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years. So the Lord has condoned the flesh. But however, He has promised to redeem us all from wickedness and from sin, and to redeem us back to our true inheritance in Him. And that's divine beings, folks, you see. So the Lord is calling us to be ready to come back into our true inheritance. And that's how I ended the first part of the reading before the church service. And so what I'm saying to you is that the heavens are real. The heavens are real, and the Lord's divine beings are there. And, you know, the Lord has shown me through the prophet Jeremiah. He said that my heavenly hosts are more numerous than the sand on the sea. So can I say to you that all around our heavenly host, ready to assist us as and when we call upon them. And they communicate to us as well. So it is for us to be receptive of them. And you know, I want to say it is for us to receive the light and become the enlightened souls. To know that our angels are at hand. Our angels for healing. Our angels for help. Our angels for laughter. Our angels for encouragement. I even called on the angels of singing this morning, because there were some of the tunes that I'd kind of forgotten and wasn't sure about. And I wanted the church to be filled with the angelical host. So I prayed and I asked the angels to come through on the singing. And I remember, a couple of weeks ago, I went as a visitor to a church, and they were singing Happy Birthday. And someone, at the end of the service, somebody said to me, "Oh, we heard you singing Happy Birthday," and it was really wonderful. And I thought, did I sing Happy Birthday? I don't recall singing Happy Birthday, but you know what? I said to myself, they heard the angels, because I always call the angels to help with the singing in the church. So it was the angels they were singing. And folks, my message to you right now is to let you know that the Lord has said that His heavenly host is more numerous than the sand on the sea. So they are all around us. They are all around us, ready to assist us as we call upon this. So I went up to the altar. I said up, because the Lord does not like us to take steps up to the altar, according to the prophet Moses in Exodus chapter 21. But I went around the altar looking, and I said, angels, my angels of help, help the vicar to regain his glasses. And then within the 3 minutes, he came out with his glasses. But that was after probably about 20 minutes of looking around. And I was saying to him, you're on a spiritual call, because my spectacles have been falling off my face, including during the service. And that's unusual for them to fall from my face. I said, maybe the Lord is saying, take them off. Your eyes are healed. You don't need them. See. So I was saying to him that there's a spiritual calling on you. And I'm saying to him, refer back to your youth when you first decided to become a priest. But he would not take what I wanted to say. He was saying, I'm looking for my glasses. So I'm saying, well, the heavens are speaking to you. You see, and everyone's scurrying around, not paying any attention to me. But folks, I'm telling you, the heavens are real. The hosts are there, ready to lift us up into a higher calling of the Lord. Lift us up to be aware of them and to be aware of the Lord, that we don't have to really undergo these long sufferings that we're undergoing in the fleshly realm. You see, folks, but people are so busy with being in the flesh and being connected to graven images that they constantly bear witness to being in the flesh and the graven image. And what the Lord has said, the word of the Lord, is said that I will set the people back. When they cling on to graven images, when they cling on to the realm of the flesh, I will set them back, that they will not know me, and they will not even know of a higher standard. They will think this is it. That's what the Lord is saying as we bear witness in the flesh. However, the Lord is calling us now to come higher in Him. The Lord is calling us to bear witness in Him, in the omniscient, in the omnipotency, and in the omnipresent, folks. So when the angels surround us and they play little little schemes on us, and they cause the glasses to fall from the face, or they may temporarily hide the glasses. They're calling, the angels are beckoning. They want to bring you higher in the realms of the Lord. They want to bring you closer to your truth, your divine being. So folks, let us be aware that the angels are around us, that the Lord's word says that my angels will take charge of you. They will encamp around you. They will lift you up, lest you dash your feet against a stone. And that's in Psalms 103. And in Psalms 91, the Lord, if I flick over to Psalms 91, it says here in verse 11, for he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest they dash their feet against a stone. You see, folks? So we're to take time out to listen to the Lord and to know that his angels are around us. They are real. They are real beings. And can I tell you, in this new season that's coming up on the earth, when it talks about the harvesters are plentiful, but the laborers are few, and I'm in the process of asking the Lord to give me more explanation on the laborers are few, the workers are few. And I'm going to give my own little interpretation here. The harvesters represents the angels. You see, it was the angel that spoke to Moses. You see, at what seems to be the burning bush. The angel spoke to Moses. And can I tell you that Moses had to be in that reciprocal mode to be able to see and hear and talk to the angels. You see, Moses could not be in that graven image mode. Moses could not be in the flesh, in the sin of the flesh, to be able to receive the angel. Folks, are you hearing what I'm saying to you? You see, the Lord is now calling us to come higher in him and witness the Lord and his angelical host, to witness the Lord and his heavenly host, that the Lord has said through the prophet Jeremiah that my heavenly hosts are more numerous than the sand on the seas. Folks, we are in splendor. All the time we have been in splendor, but we've been witnessing through the flesh and the graven image and not realized that the Lord has set us back in ignorancy, in darkness. And not really knowing that the standards we're living are deplorable standards. See? And how wonderful to know that all throughout we have been witnessing, and the Lord has been beckoning us to remain faithful in him, remain loyal in him, to withhold all that is good and abhor all that is evil. The Lord has presented his biblical word, his scriptural word, that wherever we are in our call in him, we can still refer to them, we can still reflect in them, to give us some form of guidance in him, to give us some form of merit, some form of standard of living. How wonderful and awesome to know that the Lord loves us so much, that he does want us to be healed. He does want us to be saved. And he shall save. He does want us to be redeemed. And the Lord shall redeem. So we stand on his word of hope, his word of knowledge, his word of warnings, and his word to redeem us. So I'm going to continue with the reading, because the second church is coming. And now I've only left myself a few minutes before their service starts. And I was reading, taking the morning literature reading from Exodus chapter 2, verse 1 to 10. And it's quite a detailed reading, so I really need the presence of the Lord to be upon me to expand this. But now I've given myself just probably another 5 minutes or so. So let's see what the Lord will say in this 5 minutes. So in reading Exodus chapter 2, verse 1 to 10. I'll read it again. It says, and I'm going to read it from the King James Version rather than from the Good News Bible, because there were some succinct words that I said this morning that I preferred over the Good News Bible. And it says here, so we have to be mindful of time now. It says here, and there went a man of the house of Levi, and took to wife